Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Alicia Amadi with Charity Grace Treasures, also known as CGT. And listen up, you are in for a treat today because we are going to be talking about tips and tools to going live effectively. And if you have never heard of Nuggets of Growth with CGT, well, guess what? This is something that I am bringing to my YouTube channel just for you. I started this back in December of 2020 on Facebook, and it's done pretty well. However, I wanted to expand my horizons on this channel again for you. So before I go into this, let me give you a couple things that I'd love for you to do. Make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you spread the word to everyone that you know, and we'd greatly appreciate that so much. Also, make sure that you have a notepad, a pen, or piece of paper, because these segments here that I'm going to be doing are practical tools of application to take your business to the next level. Also, if you're aspiring to be in business, or maybe you're already in business and you find yourself in a tight place, in a rut, or you just need to expand and grow, listen, this is for you, all right? And so I'm super excited to go into this. Now, this topic today, tips and tools to going live effectively, I'm going to really target this for paparazzi accessories. However, it's not just for paparazzi. I would say that this is for any direct sales company, or if you're starting your own business from the ground up and you have your own idea. So this is for literally any entrepreneur, okay? So let's dive into this. I'm super excited, as you can see, because I love to help people go to the next level, and I am here to impart, to reach, to motivate, to encourage. And I am not by any means a guru or acting like I am a know-it-all, but I have been in business for a little over 3 years, and I've taken a lot of time to study, to do my due diligence, to research, and to make sure that I am growing each and every day. And so what I am learning, I am willing to pour that out into you all, okay? So let's dive in. So going live for any business, I would say, is an excellent way to build your audience, community base, to target market, and to overall expand your brand. Millions upon millions of people utilize social media. We know this every single day, right? And honestly, every second. I look at social media as the city that never sleeps. We have multiple cities in the United States and just overall in the world that are huge, and we have places that are like cities that never sleep. But social media, honestly, I feel exceeds that, super exceeds that. So you want to go where the people are. That is how you generate leads, potential customers, and even potential business partners if you're going that route to recruit and to look to partner with others, okay? So the question is, if you are going live, are you doing it effectively? Are you reaching the right people? You know, do you have the right audience? Are you building a targeted audience for whatever content, product, or service that you have? And if you've never gone live before, what is stopping you and what are you waiting on? Because that is where the people are, and that is how you will generate more sales. Let's dive in, all right? And if you see me looking down, that's because I have my clipboard. I'm a note taker. We have bullet points here, so I'm gonna be flying through each of these points as quickly as possible. Again, make sure that you get your piece of paper, pen, notepad, phone, however you take notes, because I believe that it's not just good enough to hear things and to let it go in one ear and out the other. I believe that when people are giving you tools of practical application to help take you to the next dimension, you want to take notes, and then when you take the notes, you are applying that to whatever business model that you have for yourself so that you can grow effectively, okay? So again, let's dive in. First things first, advertising in advance. This entails training your audience for what you wish for them to do. So are you making flyers? Are you giving specific posts that signal your intention and purpose for going live? Are you advertising in advance and giving enough time? Time is crucial, because if you're not giving enough time and you're just randomly posting things, you know, last minute, it's not courteous, number one, and number two, you're not giving people enough time to really see what it is you have to offer. So very important that you're doing that, okay? This is like your billboard announcement to let people know that you're about to be live and in action, and whatever product or service you're going to present, you want them to tune in, to follow your content, and to continue to do so thereon, okay? Next point here, clear space. So as you see behind me, I have my setup going on. You see my jewelry boards, you see my bins behind me for my customers, and I ensure for myself that I don't have clutter. I make sure things are in its proper place and in position. I make sure things are not dirty. You know, all of these things matter. Presentation matters in business, because if things look to be chaotic, I'm telling you, people are exiting stage left. You don't want that to happen, okay? So a clear space is very, very important because that brings your audience coming back to you time and time and time again. And your presentation is really about you, you know, that is you representing your brand. Point number 3, tune out the noise. This is encouraged and strongly recommended if you can, when you go live, to turn off phone notifications such as emails, text messages, Facebook messages, or any other social media distractions, as I would say. The reason being is, and I have seen this happen with, you know, just individuals who go live and they are literally getting that ding, ding, ding notification on their phone every couple seconds. And I don't know about you, to me, this is a big hindrance. It's a distraction. And there's many times that I have actually exited stage left because, to me, as a potential customer or consumer, you know, my time is valuable. And so we have to put ourselves in the customer's shoes. If I'm coming onto your live and you have all these notifications, or you're checking your phone and you're like, oh, sorry, and you're scrolling and flipping, that shows your audience that you're not fully invested into their time. You want to make sure that you have no noise, no distractions, so that when your customers or potentials are coming on, you have their undivided attention. This is what's part of customer retention. This is part of bringing them back time and time again. This is what helps you to keep your sales at a good place and growing your sales. It just helps your business overall. So make sure that if you can, do so. I know there was one time, you know, for me where I wasn't able to do that completely because I worked in a position where I was on call. So some of you might be on call due to the nature of whatever field you're in. So I get it. But as much as you can to minimize distractions, do it, because it helps. Next thing I would say is you want to watch what you say. Y'all, this is really, really important. As a business owner, we are the face of our brand, okay? We are the ambassador for our brand. We are the one that is the forefront. We're literally on the field, you know, the front lines of our business, because again, we own it. And so therefore, in simplest terms, we want to own it. And therefore, you want to make sure that your presentation is tasteful, it's professional, it's not signaling, you know, anything that's going to turn people off. So things that you want to be mindful of: cussing, provocative music, or things that can kind of stir the pot, that can be offensive and draw people away from your content. Be very mindful of this. Always ensure that your words are seasoned with professionalism and that you're mindful of the people that are watching you, because the eyes are watching you, whether you think so or not, okay? Whether you get a response or not, people are watching from all over. Live videos are not just for the moment, especially when going live publicly, which I strongly recommend. People from all over the world will be able to see your content time and time again, so mindfulness is very important. Another point, and I kind of talked about that for like 2 seconds, make sure when you go live, do not, and I can't stress this enough, y'all, don't have your content private, okay? Because a private live or private post that is a private business, you are going to hinder your growth, your sales, everything about your business. Think about it, and I'm gonna use Facebook for example. If your content is private, that means that only your network of people have access. And if people want to share and spread the word about your business, guess what? They can't do it. The other thing with that, if we, break this down even more, Facebook is not gonna show your content to everyone. It's only gonna be a small percentage. So let's say you have 1,000 friends. Facebook's not going to show your content to all 1,000 people. It's going to be a small percentage. So if you're making your posts, your lives private, guess what? You've minimized your growth significantly and you're hurting your growth. You're hurting your sales. Make your business public. You want as many people as possible to shop with you, to buy into your product or service. I don't know about you, but I don't want only 10 people buying my product. I'm not gonna make money that way. I'm not getting debt free that way. I'm not reaching my goals that way. So therefore, make your content public. That's how you grow, okay? Next thing I will say here, be friendly, y'all, and smile. It does not hurt to smile, y'all. Make sure that you are having a good presentation that is inviting, it's warm, it's exciting. It makes people want to come back time and time and time again that says, hey, you know, I love Alicia's content. She's friendly, she's nice, she's inviting, she's vibrant, whatever, you know, you might think even of me. You know, I want to make sure that my presentation is not boring. It's not, you know, a turn off. I want y'all to come back. I want y'all to subscribe. I want y'all to comment and interact. So make sure that you have that when it comes to your presentation, because that matters. You are the face of your brand. So if you are not rocking it and owning it and you're not inviting, I'm going to tell you, people are going to find other folks that are doing so, okay? So very important. Next thing is acknowledge your audience by name if you can. This provides value, builds relationships, and it's an overall good report that you're establishing. Can't stress that one enough either. That makes people want to return back for your services, okay? Very, very important. I don't know about you, but like me being in business for a little over 3 years, one thing I love to do when my customers come on, especially my frequent customers, shoot, everybody, I acknowledge people by name. I say, you know, like, hey, Susie, God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Or, hey, Carrie, thank you so much for tuning in. I want to connect. You can write that down. Connect with your audience. Build that community base. Let me also say this, you can write this down. You will not get the sale until you establish a good rapport and you build that community base. Let me say that again. You will not get the sale until you establish that good rapport and a strong community base. When you do that, that is connecting with people, and it allows you, you know, as the ambassador, the CEO of your brand, to not come off as just wanting people's money. Yes, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, yes, we're in here to make money. We're in here to become debt free, reach our goals, change our circumstances, all of that. That's great, absolutely. But reach the heart of the people, and that's what's going to bring the people coming back time and time again, okay? Next thing here that I want to talk about here is thank your customers when they purchase from you, when they buy into your product, your sales, or your services. Share your content, like or give any time of good reaction to your segment. So this is really important. You will not grow without customers. Your customers are what keeps you in business. So if you don't have that good establishment of good customer service, I'm going to tell you again, the folks are leaving. They're going to find people, products, services, whatever brand elsewhere that is offering that good customer service. Make sure that you have that, because that's groundbreaking. That is like fundamental when it comes to business. Make sure that you are thanking your people, and do it from a sincere place, okay? Next thing here that I want to talk about is show your audience that you love what you're doing. This is very important, y'all, because when people see that you are passionate, that you love what you're doing, that just spreads, it grows. And again, this is part of bringing people back time and time again. Being about your business. When they see that you are showing up, when they see that you are consistent, that word, consistent. When they see that you have a strong work ethic, when they see that you are faithful, when they see that you are credible, that they can rely on you to go live. If you say that you're going live every Monday at 8 o'clock and you're doing so, guess what? They are seeing that you love what you do, because guess what? You're showing up for it. You have the fruit for it, okay? Make sure that you show that, because that is also very crucial to going live and also building your business, okay? Next point that I want to talk about, and this is just the preparation before you go live, not while you're live, okay? Not while you're live. Have good lighting. Ensure that your camera is clean. Make sure that before you go live that your volume is loud enough so that you can be heard effectively. Make sure that your presentation is clean. Make sure that whatever product or service is presentable. Make sure that, you know, your hair is done, your makeup's done, all of that. Make sure, ladies, you know, fix yourself up beforehand. Y'all know what I'm talking about, shirts and all that. Don't do all of that on camera, okay? You wanna make sure that you're ready and in position. That's what I will call that. This point is really about being ready and in position so that when you hit that live button, you're ready to go, you're ready to flow, and you're in action, and you are keeping the attention of your audience, okay? Very important there. All right, so this is kind of flowing into the next point, appearance and presentation. Huge, 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 huge. As a business owner, you are automatically considered a leader and you want to lead by example. So therefore, are you showing others that you are a model to follow? Are you looking like how you want to be perceived to your customers? Are you dressed for success? Are you dressed like the boss and CEO of your brand? That means clean clothing, no pajamas, no night scarves. Your hair is done. You know, all of these things. Do you have a good presentation that is inviting and it is allowing people that invitation to come back time and time and time again? Very, very important. You know, first impressions matter. I have seen, and again, I'm just going by observation and being in business, I have seen some interesting things when it comes to business. And this is no shade, but in being in business, we want to make sure that we are exemplifying the spirit of excellence. I believe in that, the spirit of excellence. I don't believe in chicken scratch. I don't believe in doing things haphazardly or, you know, just casually. You are a representation of your brand. So if you are not owning it, then, you know, this can hurt you. This really can hurt you. And if you're not showing up in a presentable manner, we can't expect people to also show up for us. Very important that we have a good presentation because it's a part of our effective marketing and branding. Brand yourself, and you can write this down, brand yourself in a way that shows others that you mean business. You never want to unknowingly taint your brand. Image is significant, okay? And I'm gonna just read this point here. We've pretty much talked about it, but just make your product look presentable. So I'll use myself as an example. I use jewelry necks to put my jewelry on, and so I make sure that it's presentable. I put it on there so they can get an idea of how the necklaces look. If I'm utilizing rings, I have like ring holders, you know, that I put the rings on. You know, I do all of these things to make sure that it looks presentable. I put it close to the camera. I make sure that my lighting is good, make sure that my camera is clean. All of these things to aid in making sure that my product is presentable to my potential buyers, okay? Next point, this is very, very important. Keywords. Keywords are crucial. When describing your product or service, it's important to use certain keywords that will help captivate your audience. So that means you want maybe sales words that are not too salesy, but it's bringing people in to let them know that you have a product or service that you want them to take a look at, okay? Using keywords that will bring forth engagement or open-ended questions. These are really important as well. This gives more attention, significance, and more of the need for that product to be purchased. Corporations do this all the time. We see billboards, we see signs in the stores that invite us in, you know, and we see, oh, we have 50% off or last chance sale or markdowns and all of these keywords. That is allowing us to be intrigued to that product, to that service, okay? Next thing I would say is, are you being diverse and inclusive in reaching other races other than your own when going live? This is important because in business, you don't just want to reach your own. Now, I will put a disclaimer out. There are certain brands, products, services, entrepreneurs who are targeting a certain group of people. I get that. However, for the majority, you know, we want to be sensitive and be mindful that we don't just only want a small sector of people buying into our brand. And so we want to be able to reach people from all different races, cultures, you name it. We want to reach people from the north, south, east, and west, as I like to say. Very important to do. Next point is, are you promoting your website? You know, again, I am highlighting Paparazzi, but this could be for any other direct sales business, or if you have your own website and your own business that you're starting from the ground up. Are you promoting yourself enough that allows people to, you know, come to your content? That's important. This also helps, you know, if you are looking to go live, or maybe people are not able to go and watch your live, but you're giving them an alternative to shop with you. Very important. So the other thing I would say is, when you are going live, use that time as well to encourage others to build with you if you're team building and looking to recruit. This is so important, because when you are going live, you are the ambassador of your brand. So you want to hype up your brand as much as possible. I don't know about you, but I am the hype woman of my brand. So when you see me promoting my brand on all my social media platforms, guess what? That's because I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. And I want to encourage people to join me. I want to encourage people through my process. I show, you know, my receipts, as I like to call it, my sales reports. I share testimonials. I share opportunities for people to join and partner with me. I share information about my team, you know, because it's not just about the sale, it's about me reaching people and showing people that what I'm doing, it's possible for them too. Okay. Now I want to go back to promoting your website. At that point, while you're going live, use that time again to promote your website. Don't be afraid to sound like a broken record, because again, some people might not be able to stay on your live for, let's say you're live for an hour. They might not be able to stay on for the whole duration, but because you gave your website, you gave them an alternative to shop with you. So I did want to highlight that. All right, next that I want to cover is title your lives. This is so important, y'all, especially if you're just starting out in business. You might not have a big following yet, or the clout yet, okay? But you want to signal your intention, because this is part of your effective marketing, your targeted marketing. You want to target people based on whatever product or service that you have. And so I look at it as, you know, if you're not at that established place yet and people don't know your product or brand enough yet, you need to title your lives. And even if you do have the clout, still, that's signaling your intention. It's courteous for your customers or potentials coming in, so that they know what it is that you are going live for. They know what your product is. They know maybe your website, if you're putting that in your description. They know whatever type of promo you have going on, or you can just, you know, make a cute headline that is intriguing and inviting to bring them in. Okay, very important to do that. Okay, because if you're not, people don't know the intent of why you're going live, and you never want people to get confused, especially if you use social media for other avenues. I myself, I use it for ministry. I use it just for personal things, you know, personal matters of just sharing my life, or, you know, just things I love. So I want to make it very clear that when I'm live for my jewelry, it's for my jewelry lovers and my CGT customers. Okay. We are getting ready to wrap things up, so I have a couple more points for y'all. I hope you are loving this information. So this point here, I want to encourage y'all, do not get caught up in the number of views. A lot of people will get so caught up in that, and it discourages them, and then it'll show on their facial expression, and then this can just kind of turn things left. Don't do that, because I will tell you, and I'm just using myself as an example, I have gone live where I've had like maybe 5 people on, and guess what? I had a fantastic night, as if I've had like 100 people on, and I made, you know, like $200 in 2 hours or so, or even more. I've done it, you know, and then sometimes you might have a big audience on and you might not make as much. So you just never know. What am I saying? Don't get caught up in the numbers. Get caught up being persistent, consistent, showing up daily, promoting your brand faithfully. And as you do this, your brand will grow. I promise you it will. It takes time, but you have to stay faithful. Don't get caught up in that number, because that number, a lot of times, you know, I don't want to say that it doesn't mean anything, because it does, but don't allow that to overwhelm you or to discourage you where it shuts you down. You got to stay focused, and you got to continue to build and progress, okay? Your sacrifices will bring forth the promises. You can write that down. It's something that I live by, something God gave me, and I'm giving it to y'all, okay? So I will say deliver as if you have an audience of 1,000. That's how I deliver. I'm going to show up and boss up no matter what, okay? Next thing I would say is encourage people to watch your replay and don't delete your lives immediately. I see some people do that, and again, to each his own. You're your own boss and CEO of your brand, but give your video enough time for Facebook to have it, you know, go out into the Facebook world. And we'll talk about some things that will help build that algorithm in a second here. But encourage people to watch your replay. Encourage people to share it. What you can do after you go live, and something that I do and I see many other people do, is you can go and edit, and then you can say that, you know, this live has ended, but feel free to watch the replay. You can put that even in your comments so people know. When you go live, signal your intention and tell people, hey, you know, you can watch my replay, and however you want people to claim your items, do so. But this really helps, and I've gotten replay shoppers. It works, okay? The other thing I will say is, you know, after your lives, take time to respond to your comments. I would definitely say don't go live and not respond. You want to show that customer appreciation. This is part of good customer service. This is part of you thanking them for taking their time. Because think about it again, your customers are what keeps you in business. They did not have to jump on your live. They did not have to spend an hour, 2 hours, or 5 hours for you marathon people, you know, that do your marathons. I've done them before. But the point is, they didn't have to take that time. They could have gone anywhere and have been doing anything else. And so you want to thank them. So after you go live, you know, take time to respond as much as you can by saying thank you. Even if you give hearts or a thumbs up, something. Respond to them, connect with your audience, because this allows you to build your customer retention, to keep it strong, and that allows them to come back time and time again for your product and service. Next thing here is don't tag people unless you get their consent first. This is really big, y'all. I don't know about you, but it comes across as spammy, especially people I don't even know that tag me and stuff. It's like, please don't do that. You didn't even ask me, okay? So for example, I have a VIP page that I utilize to work my business as well. What I do is I utilize the poll feature. All you do is you're going in and it says you're making a post. Before you make the post, you click the poll, and you can, you know, write out however you want in regards to getting feedback from your people. Anywho, I use that feature to get the consent of my customers, of my community base, before I tag anyone. I don't just randomly tag folks unless I had a person, and I've had a couple of my customers who automatically said, hey Alicia, you can tag me in anything no matter what, okay? But even then, I still like to ask. So please ask beforehand. It's just courteous and it's professional. Keep a high level of energy and keep things fun. This is part of showing people that you love what you do. I don't know about you, but nothing is worse than going on to a live and it just seems like people are nonchalant. It's like, oh, here I am again doing this, or here I am live, I hope you buy. That is a turnoff. You do not want to be a Debbie Downer or just one that is in the slumps and in the dumps, because again, people will exit stage left quick. As quick as they came on is as quick as they are saying bye-bye. So make sure that you keep a high level of energy, have fun, interact with your people. That's what keeps them coming back, okay? All right, next thing here is talk to your audience and ask open-ended questions when you're going live. That will keep them engaged. Don't just sell them the product and say, oh, here is product number one. If you want it, here it is. And then you continue to do that for the next hour and a half. No, have fun with them, connect with them, ask questions, talk about the weather, talk about your day, ask them maybe their feedback on, what they want to see moving forward. However, you want to do that. You'll be amazed as to how that gets the conversation going. You can play games all right, next point here is I want to talk about having a consistent schedule. This is very, very important when you go live, because if you don't have a consistent schedule, this can really hinder your business in regards to people showing up time and time and time again to buy into your product or service. The thing is, when you think about it, we want to be mindful of people's time, and we want to be mindful of just our audience in general. We can't expect, and we shouldn't expect, because it's just the courtesy, we should not expect people to come back time and time again for our product and service if we are not remaining faithful and we're not remaining consistent and diligent to the very thing that God has given us with our businesses. So when you have a consistent schedule, this will allow people to know when you're going live. They understand, they know, they see it, they can feel it, that you are credible, you're reliable, and they know that they can depend on you for whatever product or service that they are in need of that you have to offer. So make sure that you establish a set schedule. I understand that some people have schedules when it comes to work, personal, family life, that makes it a little bit difficult to have that consistency time and time through. So what you can do is you can just signal your intention and post in advance, if you want to go live, so that people know at least that day, or I would even recommend at least 24 hours in advance, that you are going live. This makes a world of difference, because if you're just one that, just pops up any old time, it just kind of creates a little bit of chaos, and people are like, okay, when is she live? And we want to be mindful of people's times. But when people know, oh, okay, Alicia is live every Thursday at 9:15, they can expect that around that time they're going to see me live on whatever platform I am using. Next thing I would say is you can create events. Events on Facebook really work, so I'm using Facebook for an example, but you can do that because it's another way to reach people publicly. You can interact there. If you're doing like hostess parties and you have a host and you want to interact and you want to invite their community, it's really, really great to utilize. It also allows you to kind of plan in advance. So it's really cool. You can do that as well. And you can go live right in that event, and it can be shared to whomever when it's public. All right, last point here, last but not least, I will say to go live at least 30 minutes because Facebook has to notify your audience. A lot of people don't know and understand that Facebook is a computerized system. It's very, very, very computerized. And so we want to make sure that we are generating enough feedback or response so that it signals the intention to our audience for them to join in with us. So if you're going live for like 5 or 10 minutes, you're not giving people adequate time to be notified. Again, this goes back to the point of Facebook not notifying all of your Facebook friends. It's going to be a small percentage. And this is honestly based on how you're interacting with people and how they're interacting with you. And so if you're not taking time to feed your algorithm, this is a topic for another day and time, but if you're not taking time to respond and interact with people, you're gonna find that not a lot of people are gonna really be joining in on your content, especially if you're not going live at least 30 minutes. You want to signal that intention and make sure that you're doing that effectively, because that's gonna have you to grow and expand your brand even more, okay? So that is literally all the points that I have. I hope that this information was useful. It was informative enough. You were able to take notes and that you can begin to apply these things, and you'll find that you are growing and you're soaring and you're advancing like never before with your business endeavor. Don't forget, y'all, to subscribe, to like, give us some comments as well. I'd love to hear your feedback, what you thought of this information. Let us know what points really stuck out to you. Let us know where you're from, all that good stuff. I appreciate that so much. Subscribe again, like, comment, share this with whomever you feel could benefit from this content. And do know that we will be continuing these Nuggets of Growth segments moving forwards. I have a lot of great content for you all. So thank you so much again for tuning in. And until next time, I will see you. Take care. Bye-bye.